Hello everybody, Dokkan Assets here. Today we are back with another banner comparison video. It has been a fat, P-H-A-T, fat minute since we have done one of these videos. I always love doing these, and whenever I get the opportunity to do one, whenever the banners change, I'm like, So, I'm very excited to get into it today. This is going to be an interesting one. There isn't really too much difference between everything that we're going to look at, which I know is like, wait, then what was the point of that entire introduction? I'm sorry, bro. I'm desperate to make these videos again. I just really enjoy them. Just let me do my thing, bro. And I hope you enjoy it. So, we're going to take a look at all three of this celebration's current banners. The Ticket banner, the Goku and Vegeta banner, and the Buhan banner. We're going to take a look at the Ticket banner real quick first, just because, well, I mean, it's kind of an easy one to knock out. In terms of the actual art itself, obviously the English and the Japanese text is swapped. It is very finicky, though, looking at this, because this is a huge change. Almost like nothing on the left side changes, except for Vegeta shifting over a little bit to compensate for the little bit of a longer English text here. And obviously, all these boys, you know, kind of move up front, the two boys right here. And Goku and Frieza are not there anymore because, of course, on JP, they had these guys. Obviously, small bits of changes with the text and whatnot. Also, it really annoys me that Goku is moved so slightly, but I know they have to do it for, like, not covering characters' faces and stuff. Let's go ahead and take a look at the banners real quick. And like I said, this is going to be quite the easy one. Are we lined up just about here? Yeah. So basically, the only difference with this banner, funny enough, is that actually it has more characters on JP. Essentially, JP's banner has Trunks and Zamasu, and Global's banner does not. If we take a look here, right, Kid Goku, Vegeta, Broly, Gogeta hit. That would be Kid Goku, Vegeta, Broly, Gogeta hit, so on and so forth. The units are literally the same. So, in this case, it's kind of interesting because a lot of the time this doesn't happen with banners. Most of the time, when it comes to different things, they usually swap the units. This is one of the rare cases where, you know, a banner has literally just had units added. Now, of course, it isn't as big of a deal here because, of course, this is a ticket banner and not a Dokkan Fest Stone banner. I mean, all these tickets that you get are literally free and they're just giving these units away. So, it's not as big of a deal. But funny enough, in this case, sort of, I would almost say that Global's banner is better. Only because if you're trying to get a specific unit, you actually have a better chance on this banner, because there are less units on the banner. Now, that being said, right, that's also kind of a silly claim to make, considering look at all of the featured units. You know, it's not like 2 units is really going to make a difference in terms of you trying to get the exact unit that you want on a banner like this. Again, of course, the point is that you just put a bunch of tickets in it and then you just get free stuff, not necessarily like, oh, I need to try and get this one specific unit. Overall, though, I mean, I just wanted to kind of point out the change for the sake of it. I don't know if I would really say that Global's banner is necessarily better, because, I mean, obviously Trunks and Zamasu are really good, and, you know, they've come back to Global less, and that's actually why, you know, they're not on the Global banner. They're, you know, kind of not ready to put them on there. But I suppose if you are trying to get something a little bit more specific, the Global banner is a little bit better. This one is a little bit more of a toss-up. I mean, it's not really as much of a competition as, you know, with our Stone banners that we usually cover on this series. But it is just kind of interesting to note. I think it's just sort of, it balances out by, like, you have 2 better units, but you have a less chance of getting, you know, another unit that you would particularly want. Again, this is all in a bubble, speaking in that, right? Like in a, I forget what the word is, in a space, right? Anyhow, moving on, let's take a look at our big boy banners. Goku and Vegeta obviously had a big change, with that being, you know, Bardock and Gotenks. It also is so annoying that they moved up Goku and Vegeta a little bit on the Global banner compared to the JP banner. Obviously, that's to compensate because the Japanese text is very long here, and then they made this one, you know, stacked on top of each other. I suppose they literally could have just kept this the same, and then just like how this one is long, they kind of, you know, could have just made it you know, horizontal rather than vertical, I suppose, but I think the text would have been a little bit too longer or too long for the banner. Like if you cut both of those out and then put them next to each other, I think it would have been longer than the Japanese text here. At least that's just kind of me eyeballing it. I'm sure some poor sap who, you know, was tasked with doing the graphic design for this banner already figured that out long before I did. Obviously this text has changed, but that's about it. And of course, with this banner, the main change is obviously the fact not Buhan. Bro, could you imagine? The main change with this banner, obviously, is of course the fact that they have Bardock instead of Gotenks here. Yeah, that's going to annoy me too. Don't worry, I'm going to fix it. There we go. So basically, it's just the Bardock and Gotenks change here. This one is a little bit of a toss-up. I will tell you the Buhan one that we have coming up is a little bit easier to kind of diagnose, at least in my book, but this one is a little bit of a toss-up. Now, obviously, the reason why this has changed is because Global has not yet gotten Gotenks or Exchange Boo, so of course they can't just introduce them on a banner that, you know, literally isn't their banner, right? That would kind of take away the point of their dual Dokkan Fest, and obviously they're not going to do that. Replacing it with Bardock is definitely not a bad choice, though. He hasn't been back as often as a lot of these other Dokkan Fest units on this banner, especially the ones in the back here. But he's definitely a pretty good option. I'm not really sure who I would... Sorry, I keep clicking on Buhan. He's just so appetizing to look at him. Literally candy, man. But no, I'm not sure who I would rather have between the two. Personally, I'm a bigger fan of Bardock, so I like Bardock's card better. But obviously, talking about like what the cards do, I don't know. I think it's a pretty even exchange, right? Obviously, it's literally impossible, again, for Gotenks to have been on this banner. Otherwise, though, obviously, the rest of the banner is absolutely fantastic. Very representative, I suppose, of the Boo Saga until we get to around there. And, of course, Bardock, too. But overall, obviously, a very good banner. And yeah, I think it's pretty much equivalent exchange. Moving on, though, this is where things start getting a little bit hairy, bro. So we obviously have the change here. Funny enough, they didn't even change Boo where he was. That's interesting. Yeah, it kind of looks like, to me, again, if they would have put this side by side like they did here, it would have extended too long on the banner. Of course, here, the thing is, you know, Kura and Boo changed. And Vegeta, I guess, just decided to take a trip uptown for a little bit. It is very weird seeing this, like, shadowy tail of Cooler and then not having that there, like, at all. I think Vegeta's even maybe a little bit bigger on this banner, which is kind of interesting. Gohan and the Buiklo on the side don't really change. And, of course, the big banner difference with this one is the fact that Cooler is on the banner, and on this one we have Exchange Boo. Now, here's the thing with this, okay? This is a little bit difficult for me. By the way, don't mind that. That's just dbz.space ordering the units differently. I think that everyone and their mother could probably agree that Cooler is a lot better of a unit than Exchange Boo. That's obviously not to discredit Exchange Boo, but Cooler is still one of the best T-Warriors in the game. I've been simping since Cooler day one. Apparently, a lot of people even say that he's only been outdone by Ultimate Gohan, interestingly enough. And, you know, obviously, by that logic, of course, he is a little bit of a better unit. He obviously, too, hasn't really come back to JP too much either. I think he's only came back... Let's take a look real quick. I believe he's only come back, I think, like, once or twice, because I know that he's been in the red coin banner for JP, because obviously the whole meme happened with the Beerus banner. He was on that, and everybody was all excited to have him return on the Beerus banner, and then lo and behold, they changed it. So the boy was not repping on Beerus, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, definitely, I think it's only been Beerus. Yeah, because here he is on Beerus. And then I believe the banner before that would have been his debut banner. So kind of interesting that they did decide to take him off. Obviously, of course, the whole point was to match with the Gotenks. It makes sense considering the whole celebration is Boo Saga theme. Yeah, literally, that's the only time the Coolers come back is Beerus. I know a lot of people, at least, you know, generally what I saw, which would be, I suppose, English-speaking JP players, because obviously, you know, you can't read Japanese, we're kind of disappointed that Global got Cooler and JP didn't, because I know a lot of people would have much rather had Cooler than Exchange Boo. Personally, for me, I think I would have had Cooler too, ironically enough, despite literally not having Exchange Boo and pulling him during my summons. Overall, Cooler is just a better unit, and you know, definitely something that you would want to summon for. So ironically enough, you know, if we take out of consideration the fact that, of course, Global doesn't have Exchange Boo, I definitely think that Global's banner is 100% better than JP's banner when it comes to this time around. Cooler, the GOAT, what can you do, you know? Kind of interesting, though, how this ended up. This one's kind of a toss-up, this one's sort of a toss-up, and then this, at least for me, again, is a overwhelming you know, yes to the Global side of things here. So it'll be interesting to see as well when they introduce Cooler again on JP, obviously since he hasn't returned yet. Of course, this was Global's first time getting him as a return. It made sense because, of course, he got taken off of the Beerus banner. So that'll be very interesting to see as well. Also, JP did just get Bardock too, so that makes sense why he wasn't on the Japanese banner. He was just on the Tanabata banner. So yeah, that is just about everything that we have for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I always enjoy doing these banner analysis videos, even if they are kind of small, you know, and little nitpicky things, just because I always enjoy, you know, analyzing banners like this and so on and so forth, because I mean, it's fun, and I didn't mean to close that. Oh well. Anyhow, though, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what your thoughts were on the banners compared between Global and JP. I always like to do this just for fun, just to kind of, you know, do a little bit of analysis. It's not meant to be like, oh, Global stank or JP stank or both stank or neither stank. But I hope you guys enjoyed nonetheless. I will catch you guys in the next one. Dokkan Assets out. Peace.